recap the night in the NBA Cup. So we have the Bucks, the Hawks. Bucks are starting to find their flow a little bit. Um, Let me get my mic. Resize Shea with 2 points. I'm gonna play 17 minutes. I don't know why. Maybe it's just um Jalen Johnson. I feel like when Jalen Johnson was leading the team, they were doing a little bit better. When it was Jalen Johnson doing majority of the scoring, because he's also a good playmaker as well. So I don't know. Um, what? You're deleting that? No way. Wait, who was it? Who was it? Was it this game? Was it this game that messed you up, or was it the OKC? Oh, it was this game. Dang. Do I think he's gonna leave the Hawks in 3 years? It's been tricky because I feel like they've been speculating him leaving for a while. I think it's possible. I think it's possible because I feel like the speculations have been going on. Um, but they made like a coaching change, so I guess he's a little bit happier now. Um, yeah. So you had the Hawks kind of winning this one. I feel like uh, nah, I didn't know that. Really? Hmm. So he's gonna come off the bench for them now, I guess. I wonder who they traded though. Let me see. Hmm. Sinus fracture. Wow, the Sixers struggling. All right, yeah, I'm gonna go into that. Actually, that's a good call by that. Good call on that. Good call on the Schroeder. I'm gonna go into that for Trey Young, 35, 10, and 7. Like he had a good game, three Trey balls, but DeAndre Hunter has been consistent. Bogdanovich has been pretty darn good. Dame tricky shooting night, but had 25, 7 assists. Giannis almost a triple double, 32, 9 assists, 14 points. Yeah, seriously, their roster is small. They really don't have any bigs. I wonder if they could find somebody in the G League because they were playing like Tracy Jackson Davis, but even he's not even really a big. Like it was working early in the season. Bobby Portis with 10 and 9. Middleton, Gary Trent had a challenging game, but I feel like Middleton's starting to get his way back. I feel like these are the four that kind of play. I feel like they got to figure out what they could do with some of these other guys, though. Yeah, I'm actually kind of surprised at that trade. I'm gonna look at that. Um, OKC, I believe they're the best team in the West, and Houston's a good, playing well this year too. Jabari Smith's been pretty good. Okay, I don't know. I don't know. They're putting him in that situation. Is he not like a fan of the playing game? LeBron is. Yeah, I don't know where Brooklyn's going. I mean, they're. I feel like they're not too bad, even though I don't think they're trying to compete for anything this year. Shingun, 13 and 11 and 2. Van Vliet, 7 assists, 9 boards. Jalen Green, 12. They just struggle to shoot the ball. 36% from the field, 23%. This is just a struggling shooting night. But Tari Eason and Amin Thompson played pretty well, but I feel like those guys really defend. I like to see Cam Whitmore and Reed Shepard get some more minutes though. Oh, you think the Nets should relocate? Think that uh uh yeah, I think Brooklyn's pretty good. Go back to New Jersey, right? Yeah, New Jersey might, yeah, maybe. I don't know, man. Yeah, I mean, New Jersey should do well. I don't know why their market didn't do well. It was like I don't know. It was like people said it was the location, but the Giants were not too far from there, and the Giants never struggle. Jalen Williams just been really consistent this year. Hartenstein's been rebounding that ball. SGA's doing SGA stuff. Lou Dort, really good defender. Cason Wallace, man, he's starting to find his flow. Not really in a position. Leon's. Oh yes, remember him. I think he was there last year. How was he? Like 23, 25. Kendrick Williams, he's pretty. He's been pretty. He's pretty good. AJ Mitchell's been pretty good. All right, let's get into. Uh, let's see if there's anything else from this game. Uh, oh shoot, Logic, what up, man? Good to have you on. Um, where you from? You from Jersey? Logic? Yeah, nothing really. Carlson. Yeah, I don't know. Brandon Carlson. I've never seen him before. I imagine he's a G League call up. All right, let's look at some of these moves. So Jared McCain meniscus tear. So his knee. Dang, he's been shooting that three ball pretty well. Leads all rookies in threes, 51. Kelly Oubre's out. Yeah, but oh my. Oh wait. Yeah, Kelly Oubre's been. Yeah, I was about to say Kelly Oubre's been playing a lot. Utah's in shambles. Wow, they're booing the team. Yeah, I mean, I imagine they're just banking on a high draft pick. So you think Jimmy Butler might go to Houston? Yeah, I'm kind of disappointed that Miami's moving on from Jimmy Butler. I mean, I just feel like Jimmy's a postseason guy, man, and I still feel like he's playing at a high level. Mm, Utah had good runs in the last 20 years, I guess, but not good enough to get out of the West. Oh, you're from Brooklyn? Oh, nice. Yeah, so that's cool. I imagine you like the Brooklyn. I imagine you like the Brooklyn Nets. Yeah, that's crazy. That sucks for McCain. Prayers for smooth recovery. So have agreed on a deal to acquire Dennis Schroeder for D'Anthony Melvin and a second wait, 1 second round pick. The Warriors are receiving 1 sec. Okay, and the Nets are sending. So basically, D'Anthony Melvin and 3 second round picks. Yeah, I mean he's been playing well. This is like one of his best seasons in a long time. That's crazy. Oh my gosh. Melton just injured himself too. Miami Heat have agreed to. Has he been playing a lot though? Yeah, I feel like he's not playing a lot. I mean, he's a good player, but I feel like Indiana needs him because the kid from Kentucky went down. Yeah, Isaiah Jackson. Isaiah Jackson. Oh wow, yeah, James Wiseman too. Both Achilles tendons. I feel like James Wiseman got hurt in like preseason though. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I didn't understand that. I'm still. Yeah, I feel like Brooklyn's just been an interesting franchise like their whole time. Yeah, seriously, Wiseman, man, and he's like a nice kid too. I feel like did he play for Detroit at all? Um, how would I be able to say it? Trey Ben Simmons. Yeah, okay, so he did play for Detroit for 2 seasons. Yeah, I feel like Detroit gives you like that chance to resurrect your career a little bit. Marvin Bagley, hopefully he could resurrect it. I feel like a lot of those kids are nice kids. It's just to be honest, I feel like the NBA's changed, and those like I don't know, they just don't have like the right position. Yeah, I mean Ben Simmons, I don't know, maybe it's all the injuries and some of like the mental health stuff, like because Ben Simmons was like he was fast. Like back when he was with Philadelphia, that dude was super fast. Ben to Miami for Jimmy. You could do that. You could do that. I feel like Jimmy would be interesting in Brooklyn. Just put him in New York. Or, you know, the Knicks might just trade for him because Thibodeau loves to get his old players. Sinus fracture. Man, yeah. He's another guy. Just so many injuries. You think the Sixers should just call it for this season? Okay, so you feel like Ben's a good player, but he's not like a franchise player. You feel like he's a good like complimentary. He's a good like complimentary player, but dang, that's crazy for Joel Embiid. Prayers for him too. So many injuries. Dang, why like all these injuries? Um, so games tomorrow: Pelicans, Pacers. I feel like the Pelicans they're not even playing that bad as of late, but still struggling. Jalen for Jimmy. Jalen in you're talking about Jalen in Atlanta or Jalen Brunson? Oh, Jalen Brunson. Oh, because I said New York. Um, not Jalen for Jimmy. Um, uh, dang, Josh Hart and a few first round picks. Yo, what up, Artmore? Yeah, I mean, um, William was saying maybe they should trade Jalen Brunson for Jimmy, and who else? Um, and Yoda was saying Ben Simmons for Jimmy. The Pacers, I feel like they're starting to like find their flow a little bit. You're a Jazz fan. Oh man, they were cooking the Jazz earlier. They were cooking the Jazz earlier. You know what? Yeah, I love when Kawhi plays, like especially in the playoffs, man. I feel like he just turns into like a different kind of dude, man. So Atlanta, yeah, those kind of like mid-range kind of guys. I feel like they're trying to get that pick. I mean, I feel like if they could get Cooper Flag, that'll be big. I don't, and then who's like the another bad team? Uh, Maybe the number two pick could go to like Washington or something. But I just feel like Washington's not really trying to develop players like that. So it could be tough. That could be a place where your career goes to like struggle a bit, unfortunately. Um yeah, I feel like Indiana's starting to pick it up. Brooklyn's not that bad. Detroit's like actually kind of decent. And realistically, like Philadelphia, like if they could figure out a way to get some health going here, they could sneak into the playoffs. Started being I love to watch the footwork in the mid range. Yeah, I feel like Kawhi got that crazy. Um, yeah, he's just because I feel like they're all products of that like early 2010s like NBA and like specifically Kawhi and DeMar. They came into the NBA with like really no skills at all. Um, Maybe a little more Kawhi. Maybe he had a little bit of like some of the handles, but he didn't really use it in college. But nothing like what he has today. I mean, he was not that skilled. DeMar had really no skills. He was super athletic, but couldn't shoot, couldn't dribble, couldn't pass. Like, and look at what he turned into. Um, Same thing with Paul George. Like, I feel like a lot of that era was just experimenting on guys. Like Paul George couldn't do anything. He couldn't shoot, dribble, pass. You know what I mean? He just like figured out how to play defense because he was athletic and playing in Indiana at that time. I feel like I forgot the coach's name, but that dude really preached defense and he figured it out. But yeah, even Russ Westbrook, like I feel like he had no skills really either. Like everybody was just they were just guessing. The Raptors, yeah, the Raptors could get the pick too. I just are you from Canada? The real Ferks, are you from Canada? You think the Mavs will take it this year? The Mavs are starting to like find their flow though. The Mavs are starting to find their flow. Now that Luka's back. Jazz would be more ideal for a guy like Cooper. Yeah, he would. Yeah. Jazz would be I feel like the Jazz, you know what I mean? Like I feel like he honestly I feel like he's kind of similar to Lowry Markkinen. You know, not as big though. Probably more offensive. I don't know. I don't even know if he's better offensively, but I mean defensively, he's probably a little more of a defender. Assuming Cooper is gonna be that guy. Yeah, I don't even know if Cooper is gonna be that guy. I mean, honestly, I feel I see him like Lowry Markkinen, Gordon Hayward. I feel like he's kind of like that. Kawhi was always a defensive clamp. Oh yeah, yeah. Defensively, yeah, yeah. Kawhi was always great defensively. I agree with that. 100%. He came into the NBA defensively, but the shooting was not good. Like he had that slingshot behind the head type shot back then. Yeah, yeah. Defense, yeah. Demar, yeah. He was slashing. He was super athletic. I mean, even in high school back in Compton, like dude was super athletic. It's just like the skill set. You know, even back when he was running with Lil Romeo. I don't know if y'all remember when DeMar was with Lil Romeo and uh Brandon Jennings. The Jazz need one more good player. Yeah, yeah. I mean, maybe a big man or something. Maybe Jazz need like a big man. Man, that's got to be crazier for you to not be a Laker fan. 100%. PG. Paul George literally has no weaknesses in his game. I agree with that. Like, dude has one of the smoothest games. Like to me, most gifted players like ever. Um, skill wise, Durant, Paul George, T Mac, and I always got to put Kyrie in there. Just like, yeah, T Mac just like had no weaknesses like ever. I love the Lakers. I hate their front office. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I just feel like LeBron kind of just runs the Lakers. Oh yeah, you're not a Palinka guy. Not a Palinka guy. I feel like it's just a whole bunch of LeBron, and I'm not even hating on LeBron. I mean, hey, Miami's not even that bad though. They're in fifth place. So why they got to get rid of Jimmy Butler though? Um, I mean, I think Toronto, Atlanta, and Charlotte are just. I don't even know if they're really trying. In the West, it's kind of a logjam. Lakers struggling, but they're still somewhere in the mix. Clippers not that bad for type of season they've been having. I feel like Minnesota, a lot of people expected them to do better. Like the West is just kind of tough. San Antonio's not really doing that bad. Sacramento's not that bad. Portland's not that bad, but I don't think they could make the play in. And then Utah and New Orleans, I don't think they're trying. Well, I don't know about New Orleans. I feel like they kind of tried. It's just too many injuries. Yeah, no defensive depth. Hmm. Yeah, I just don't. I don't know. Like every year, it kind of seems to be like the same thing with Sacramento. Like they're just something. Just they just. I don't know. They made the playoffs, but just something's never like there. Defensively, I don't know. I feel like Murray's probably okay, but I feel like the defensive dude Crowder. I mean, I feel like Isaac Jones is supposed to be a defender. Um, Alex Len's a good athlete. They had a defender before though. I mean, I imagine he's probably yeah him. Keon Ellis is probably supposed to be a defender as well. I'm trying to see who they had. Davion Mitchell was definitely a defender. Juan Toscano Anderson. I don't even know if he's in the league right now. He was a defender. Yeah, he's not in the league. Dang. Yeah, I don't know. They gotta figure something like a identity or something. Sabonis is hooping though. 13 rebounds, 6 assists. De'Aaron Fox. I don't know if the shooting has gotten like to where it could be. It's probably what 34% from three. 32. Yeah, that's still low. Those fast guys, man. Like those fast guys never really shoot the three like that. Yeah, the Rockets Thunder game. That was the one that you didn't like, right? That was the one that no, it was the other game that messed you up. Golden State Warriors. They started hot. They started hot. They got Schroeder. Schroeder's like he's been playing well. I don't know. I feel like not every guard fits in with what Golden State does. Maybe because a lot of it is just like very Draymond and Draymond and Steph heavy. But I mean Jordan Poole did well with them though. Oh both of those games. Golden State is in fifth in the West and 5 games back. They're gonna be okay. Yeah. I think they're pretty good. I think they're pretty good. They started out super hot, but yeah, I think they're okay. Um, Maybe they're a little small, but we'll see. Like I don't know if Schroeder's gonna start. I mean, Buddy Hield. I don't know. I like what Buddy Hield's doing though. I like what Buddy Hield's doing, but I feel like him. Poole. I feel like even Jordan Clarkson, like even on that team, would do well. Like coming off the bench, like the bench guys, I feel like do better because it's like when you start, I feel like it's hard to mesh with Curry and Draymond a little bit if you like the ball in your hands. Yeah, yeah, yeah. A lot could change, but I feel like honestly, once we get to Christmas break, like if you're way out of it, you're cooked. Like I think Washington and like who's this team? I think Washington and like Utah. I think it's gonna be tough. Not clowning on Utah. I just think they're probably not aiming to win this year. Not that they're trash, but I just think they're just not aiming to win. Maybe Lowry Markkinen gets traded though. Well, nah, because they just re-signed him. So yeah, they can't trade him. But I think it's Chicago. I think Chicago's going to be the one doing most of the wheeling and dealing. LeBron on the Warriors. That would be kind of interesting. Peter, how's it going, man? Um. Oh, you think they're gonna have to move on from LeBron or from Steph? Yeah, I do think I think Utah is not. Yeah, they're really not trying for this year. I don't think Orlando's going to the playoffs. Yeah, Orlando's cooking. Yeah, I agree. Orlando is really Orlando's doing really well. I mean, even without Paolo, I thought they were going to struggle when Paolo went down, but he went down and they're still doing the same thing. Franz Wagner is just taking the he's just Oh, Utah has a lot of picks. There's too many teams. Yo, Craig. I mean, it seems like they're going to be adding some more teams, so there's going to be a lot more teams. Utah just trying to get picks right now. That's what Danny Ainge did in Boston too. Yeah, yeah. Utah might just be trying to stack up on picks. Danny Ainge is that dude is a wheeling and dealing dude, man. That dude knows what he's doing. I feel like Philadelphia. I mean, they tried it too. It didn't work out for Philadelphia, but I feel like Danny Ainge, he had a little bit more. He had more of a plan. Like even like and it kind of worked out for them. Like the time when because they had so many picks. Like when Isaiah Thomas before he got hurt, like he was crushing and the team was doing really well in the East. But it didn't really matter because they had all those picks. So like it actually turned out to be pretty good. But yeah, that was an interesting time. But it's sad that he kind of got hurt though. Don't y'all think Jazz Rocky Mountain jersey? Yeah, probably. I gotta look at it again though. Let me look it up. Jazz Rocky Mountain. Oh yeah, those Rocky Mountains representing the old school right there. Yeah, the good old days, the classic days. Um, Steph, bro, it's gotta happen. Oh, so you think they're gonna stay trade Steph? Those are old school. Those are classics. The hat too. Yeah, the Karl Malone. Yeah, the good old days. Oh, appreciate you. Nah, I don't think they'll trade Steph. Yeah, I mean, I think as long as they're decent, I think he'll stay. But if it gets to the point where if it gets to the point where the Golden State Warriors aren't even in the mix anymore, I feel like Steph might want to leave. And if he wants to leave and he gives them like that inkling, like, yo, I'm trying to dip, then I think they'll trade him before they get zero value. But like that man literally resurrected that franchise. Like Golden State was like never really even close. But I think a lot of it in the NBA, like not even the NBA, it doesn't matter what sport, hockey, baseball, basketball, a lot of it has to do with the front office. Like if you have a front office that really knows what they're doing, then you could win. But if they don't, that's where I feel like the Sacramento Kings, like they've always struggled with that front office. But I feel like it was a little bit easier when they had the Maloofs. I feel like the Maloofs were a little bit, and I'm not hating on the guy that they got now. I'm just saying like I don't know if he's a basketball guy like that. I could be wrong though, but I just don't know. I don't think the Lakers have any assets to trade. Yeah, to be honest, I don't know if they have like any assets to trade. And the way that they're utilizing D'Angelo Russell is not helping because they're bringing him off the bench. They're not really letting him play his game. But Austin Reeves, yeah, I definitely feel like Austin Reeves is a great asset. Yeah, I don't know. It might be tough for them to part with him, but yeah, I would say that D'Angelo Russell's probably the most likely guy to go. Which I don't know. I don't know why D'Angelo. There's certain guys, but I feel like if the Lakers could get all their dudes back, they could be pretty good. Like Christian Wood, and Christian Wood is another guy. Like he's a good player, but teams often want to trade him. Same like D'Angelo Russell. Like certain guys just always get traded. Um, the Warriors City Edition. Let me look at the Warriors City Edition. Oh yeah, these City Editions are clean. Yeah, these are clean. I could dig it. I could dig it. Bro, the new for who? Oh, Steph for who? That's a good question. Like who would they trade Steph for? Like that's a good question. Celtics gonna repeat. Um, it's possible, man. It's possible. Because honestly, the Celtics honestly look more explosive this year than last year because Derek White honestly has been playing at a higher level since the Olympics. Peyton Pritchard, they're letting him do it. You know what I mean? But can they keep Peyton Pritchard after this? I don't know. Because they're letting him go to work, but I feel like he's going to have to get paid. And I don't know if they could pay him. Never liked D'Angelo Russell's game. Yeah, a lot of people I could see. Man, I've always liked it. I feel like he's a good player. He just needs the right team. But I can understand what you're saying though. Just wait till the Raptors come back. Yeah, yeah. I mean, Raptors, I don't know if they're just trying to stack up on draft picks right now. Um, but what I can say about the Raptors, you know, RJ Barrett, I'm sure he's loving it, playing back home and he's able to play his game. He's able to be a scorer and this and that. And he's been passing the rock though this year though. So shout out to the Raptors. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. And they're gonna be in the contention for the top pick too. Certain people are gonna have their opinions on, you know, going on, not being in the United States, but yeah, the Raptors. You know what? I never count the Raptors out because Masai Ujiri, I think he's one of the best GMs in sports, probably in sports and definitely in the NBA. And he always develops players. I wouldn't say lucky. Lakers always had a good draft scouting team. RJ cooking. Yeah, he likes it. He likes it not being with New York. Logic, you talking to me? Yeah, the West is kind of tough, but Scotty Barnes. Well, what do you mean? Like you don't like the way Scotty Barnes is playing this year? You don't like the way Scotty Barnes is playing? I feel like I feel like Scotty Barnes is like one of the more unselfish, like really good players in the league. Let's look at his shooting percentage. I think his shooting is like the next step for him, but I don't know. You're just not happy with the way he's playing now. Scotty Barnes is averaging 28 rebounds, 7 assists. The three ball, he's only shooting 31%. I could, I feel like that's the next level in his development. You know what I mean? But I feel like he's that kind of model for like what people like. You know what I mean? That 3 and D guy. He's probably one of the best. You know what I mean? Like, there's obviously like I don't know. I feel like those kind of wings are highly coveted. You know what I mean? Kawhi, Paul George, and then like he would be like the next one, like under that. You know what I mean? Like I know DeAndre Hunter, is probably like a little bit below that too, below what Scotty Barnes is. I know people probably thought Patrick Williams could be like that. Maybe he can in the right situation. I don't know. Oh, D'Lo, Nick Young. Yeah, I'm sure they're not the best of friends. Yeah, you're not. Yeah, you don't. You just don't feel like Scotty's been as good as you expected. Okay, nah, nah, I could respect that. I could respect that. Yeah, maybe he's just gotta do a little bit more. But it just looks like that team's not really trying to win. But are you happy with Grady Dick's development though, or Abaji, or any of those guys? Not really. But he need to be a school. Oh yeah, yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if Scotty Barnes is I don't know if that's his game. I don't know if Scotty Barnes is like, a guy that's gonna get you 25, 30 a night. I don't know if that's the way he like plays basketball. But maybe he might be. I just never really seen him that way. I feel like he has so much I feel like there's so much talent in the league right now. Yeah, that's an interesting point. Yeah, there's so many dudes, man. Yeah, I almost feel like Toronto, to be honest with you, is not trying to win though right now. Like that's the way it feels to me. Like they're just trying to. To be honest with you, they're not trying to win. That's the way it feels to me. Like they went into this season, uh, looking for draft picks. I feel like a lot of people are hyped on last year's draft, but a lot of people feel like this year's draft. You know what I mean? Like honestly, it could be interesting if Dylan Harper can go there. I think that could be interesting for Dylan Harper. He's my favorite player in this. I'm I'm Um, has Memphis surprised you? To be honest, Memphis never surprises me. I feel like Memphis is always good when John Moran is healthy. I've never seen Memphis bad, or at least in the past 3, 4 seasons, been Memphis been bad when Ja is healthy. Because they built like Memphis to me is like exactly what the Chicago Bulls were when Denver when Derrick Rose was there. Like Ja is like the Derrick Rose, he's like the straw that stirs the drink, and then they just have a whole bunch of tough guys that just do everything else. I just feel like they're like more modern. Like that early 2010s ball wasn't as predicated on three balls, but like all those cats can shoot the three and they're just tough guys. Like every one of those dudes is like a tough dude. I feel like Jackson Jr. is really good on defense. Bane is tough dude. I wouldn't say Aldama's like a tough dude, but he's playing really well. Zach E. I didn't even know Zach E was playing that well. Scotty Pipp playing really good. I feel like these dudes, like Jalen Wells, playing a lot better than I thought too. Either, but tough dude. Marcus Smart is as tough as they come. But like I feel like between Aldama, Huff, Laravia, all those dudes just play their role really well. I mean, Luke Kennard, I barely heard his name this year, and he's still getting you 6 points a game, almost seven. And I like Carl Moore. I feel like he's a fan favorite. He's just one of those dudes you like to root for in life. Has Raptors just need to gain more experience. They're young core. Been watching Grady since he. Oh yeah. You are from Kansas, yo. Yeah, Grady is like the Kansas. He's the Kansas kid. He's like a cool. He's like a decent kid, like a decent person. Yeah, he played at that Kansas prep school. I feel like who was that other shooter that played at the Kansas prep school too? That prep school was loaded. What was that shooter? He played at Baylor. Dang, I'm forgetting his name, but they had a good team though. Um, they decent. Just yeah, they might get some more wins though. Yeah, they might get some more wins. In Toronto though. Jalen Brunson is up there. Yeah, I feel like Jalen Brunson's playing really well. He's kind of figured out his niche. Um, the Knicks are pretty good. Um, I don't know if I can't say that they shouldn't have traded for Cat, but I feel like they would be doing the same thing they'd be doing the same thing if Julius Randle was there. I think Cat is more gifted, but I feel like Randle was a decent fit for Thibodeau. Oh yeah, I would love for Dame to win a ring. I agree with that. I would love for Dame to win a ring. I just think Dame's got to figure out how to play defense. Like he's such a great offensive player. It's just like he's gotta play some type of defense. Like I always say it on here. Like I've never seen a guard who doesn't really contribute on the defensive end and that lead to a title. Like I've never seen it. Steve Nash, as great as he was, Allen Iverson, as great as he was, even Russell Westbrook. I feel like Russell Westbrook tries on the defensive end. I just feel like he probably just made too many gambles. Yo, what's up? What's up, Zoran? How's it going, man? Where you from, bro? James Harden? Yeah, he's an interesting one too. I mean, yeah, I mean James Harden, yeah, that would be sick too. Like him, Chris Paul. Like there's a lot of these old school dudes. I mean, it's crazy to call those dudes old school, but there's a lot of those dudes from that era that it'll be cool to see them win a title. But same thing with James Harden as with Dame. Like I just feel like the defense just hasn't been there. And I feel like if the defense is not there, it's just tough to win. It's tough to win. Like unfortunately, I put him in the same thing. But yeah, it'd be cool to see James win it because James had such a historic career. Who's my favorite team? My favorite team is the Knicks. I'm a Knicks guy. I'm from New Jersey, and all my family's from New York. My dad lived a long time in New York, so everybody in my family is pretty much all New York sports. Yeah, Knicks, Rangers, Yankees, all that. Yeah, man. Um, yeah, I mean, I feel like Brunson's been playing well. I think he's playing at another All-Star year. Cat's been the crazy thing about Cat is that shooting, man. 52%, 44%, 83%, 13 boards. Everybody's like, yo, Cat doesn't rebound. But if he's not for yeah, he's first in the league in rebounding. This is the first year where he's like really rebounding the ball at this rate. Yo, Aris, God bless my brother. God is good. God bless in Jesus' name, brother. The Knicks fans are wild. Knicks fans are wild, man. I lived in Philadelphia, and Philadelphia fans are also wild. Who is better, Jokic or Karl Anthony Towns? I cannot say anybody in the world is better than Jokic right now. This is literally who I was gonna go to next. Like the way, like if you look at Jokic's numbers, it's so freaky. Like second in the NBA in scoring, second in the NBA in rebounding. His assists just went down because he was averaging a triple double like recently. But look at his numbers though. 56% from the field, 51% from three, 79% free throw. And I feel like all these numbers came down like recently. Because I feel like he was like 50, 50, and 80. I don't like, and if he averages a triple double averaging 30, 13, 10, shooting 50% from the field, 50% from three. I don't think there's ever been a human who's done 50, 50, and 80. I don't even understand that. To be honest, did Cat make the Knicks any better? To be honest with you, I don't think so. And like, and I'm not even hating on Cat. I just don't think it's been any better for the Knicks with Cat, and it's not a Cat thing. I just think, to be honest, they had a thing going with DiVincenzo and Randall, and you know what I mean, like that thing that they had. But I think it's honestly less Cat and less it's less Cat and it's more Mikal Bridges has changed some things in his game. I just don't want to be a jerk and say exactly all the things that have changed, but there's a specific thing that he changed in his game, and it's not like he's still reworking that kink. And also, honestly, one of the biggest problem with the Knicks is they haven't had Precious Achua, and Mitchell Robinson hasn't come back. If Mitchell Robinson comes back, then I think the Knicks will be able to show who they really are. But do you think the Knicks can only have one All Star? Nah, I think both those guys got to go to the All Star game. I think Jalen Brunson, just because the way his career is trajecting, you know what I mean? Like, to be honest, I think Tyrese Halliburton won't make the All Star team. And I think Tyrese Maxey won't make the All Star team. So I think the point guard's got to be Jalen Brunson, and who would be the other one in the East? Because those were the other two from last year. It would have to be Brunson and it would probably, to be honest, it would be Brunson and Dame. Brunson, Dame, and maybe it'll be Brunson, Dame, and Garland. Did Cat make what about Giannis? Giannis. I think Giannis is right up there with Jokic as the best player in the league. Those two are the best. Giannis is more. He's leading the league in scoring, but Giannis is like more of a defender than Jokic is. But his numbers are crazy though. 32, 11, 6 assists, 61%. You know what I mean? Like honestly, I always feel like if Giannis could ever get the three ball, I mean his free throw percentage is still struggling. He's had some decent years where he was shooting that thing about 70% because career he's 69.8. So he's had some 70% years, but if he could ever get the three ball, he's the best player all time. Uh people are people are actually invested in the NBA. Yeah, I know, right? People say like the NBA numbers are down. I don't know. I mean, listen, we do this a lot. Yoda's here. Yoda and I are doing this like, we've done this multiple times a week. We have some other guys that jump in too. But yeah. The NBA is the NBA. NBA is cool. Um, it's not it's not as big as the NFL though. The NFL is still on another level from the NBA. And I would still say college football is probably still on another level from the NBA. But what is your sport though? You're an NFL guy, I imagine. If Jokic had hops, he would be Wilt. Imagine Jokic with hops. That would be crazy. uh, why did the Knicks trade Hartenstein? Nah, I don't think the Knicks traded Hartenstein. Hartenstein, he left as a free agent because he got a crazy he got a crazy he got a crazy contract. Dame and Trey Young. Like look at Dame and Trey Young stats. So you got Trey Young leading the league in assists, 21 points a game. He's not shooting the three ball well at all, which is shocking. Like he's never been like the highest percentage guy, but 30% is oof. 38% from the field, 30%. That's kind of crazy to me. But I feel like a lot of it's been Jalen Johnson's um his progression has been really good actually. Like I could go to Jalen Johnson's numbers, but that dude's actually been hooping. But yeah, I think this is the first year that Trey's actually been able to lead the league in assists. We'll see if he holds it up. But part of that is Tyrese Halliburton has kind of a tough, like a challenging start. But Jalen Johnson's really progressed. I mean, his past few games haven't been that good, but 19, almost 20 a night, 10 rebounds, 5 assists, and shooting 34% from three is not bad for him. So I feel like his growth this year has been a lot, and also DeAndre Hunter. You said Dame. I think Dame's probably what like 24 points a game, 6 assists, 4 rebounds. Those would be my guesses. So 25.6, 7 assists, 4 rebounds. Was 37% from three? Yeah, 37. So yeah, Dame's doing what Dame does. Obviously those numbers would be higher if it wasn't for playing on the team with Giannis. Oh, who do you? Oh, you're saying those would be the other All Stars, Dame and Trey Young. So you would say Trey Young over Darius Garland? Yeah, like I honestly I would probably say Garland over Trey Young, but yeah, I could understand if you say Trey Young. Yeah, I mean both of those guys are really good. But yeah, I understand what you're saying. Sorry, my bad. I misunderstood what you meant. My bad on that one. Who should trade for Zion? Yeah, I don't know how long Zion's gonna be there. I honestly don't know how long Zion's gonna be there, and it sucks because Zion's another kid who's like he's a decent kid. Ben Simmons maybe. Oh, you're saying Ben Simmons for Zion? Yeah, Zion. Okay, yeah. Cade Cunningham. Oh, you're saying Cade Cunningham for All Star? Yeah, I think a lot of teams would probably trade for Zion just because he's like a big name, but it's just I don't know. He never really plays, but he's like a decent kid though. He is a decent kid. He's obviously super athletic. I don't know. I really don't know what to say about Zion, and I feel like the NBA's done everything they could to kind of turn him into a big name. Uh, look at Cade. Yeah, I could look at Cade stuff. I feel like Cade's made the jump, but I feel like for me, when I look at these numbers, I want to see him shooting at least 35% from three. I don't know what he's shooting, but that's what I want to see. 38% from three. There we go. Then I know he's made the legit jump. So 23 points, 7 rebounds, 9 assists. Those are really good numbers. And the way I know that he's made the jump is that 45% free field goal percentage, 38% from three. Now the next step is I want to see him under 3 turnovers a game. He's averaging 4.6. That's you know what I'm saying? So all those little things are things that I look at to see how a player is like actually progressing. Because I know you like there's a bunch of like advanced stats and things like that, like defensive win shares and things like that. But like I know the numbers could look good and you could kind of fudge numbers if the team's just letting you shoot all the time. But his percentages look pretty good, so I could see the growth. So shout out to Cade Cunningham for the growth. But a lot of teams are yeah, like yeah, I mean I think Zion is yeah, man. I think Zion's like a decent dude, man. Like I really do. I think he's a decent dude. Um, I don't know. I don't know what the issue is. And I feel like Drew Holiday, he didn't want to really I don't know if y'all saw it on the podcast P, but he didn't really want to go too hard on Zion cuz he was like, "Yeah, if I really say what he needs to do, I wouldn't even be able to say it on here." But honestly, I don't know. I don't know what Zion cuz I feel like this is the people were saying he's in the best shape of his career this time. So I don't Jalen sucks numbers. Like Jalen Brunson, you feel like his numbers aren't that good? I feel like his numbers are good. I would say 24, 6 assists, and 45% from the field, 39% from three. 24, 7.8 assists, 49% from three, 42% from three. 49% from the field, 42% from three. I feel like those are great numbers. And I know he's not only 2.4 turnovers. That's not amazing, but that's not bad at all. I feel like his numbers are really good. I mean, the scoring's down a little bit from last year, but I feel like Cat has taken some of the scoring. Oh, Suggs. Oh, my bad. Let me look at Suggs. Suggs is playing really good this year, actually. Suggs is playing really good this year. 16, 4, three. Like he's not really a great shooter, to be honest, at this point. But a lot of times people say you could tell how a person's gonna develop as a shooter by their free throw percentage. So he's 91%. So he might turn into a really good shooter. Um I feel like Jason Kidd was a bad shooter early in his career and he turned into a good shooter. So yeah, I mean, I feel like their team's kind of interesting because Cole Anthony. I'm just happy to see Mac McClung in the NBA, but Cole. Yeah, this is the guy I was talking about. Houston. Caleb. No, no, maybe it's not. Nah, it's not the dude I was talking about. He might have been at that Orlando. Nah, I forgot what high school he played at. Let me look. It's not the guy from Kansas high school. But yeah, I think they're interesting because Cole Anthony, early in his career, he had a little bit more of the opportunities. Like I feel like at one point he was averaging like a good amount. And then now it seems like they're trying to develop Anthony Black. And Anthony Black's got potential, so I can't hate on him. He's like what, 6'6", 6'7"? He's big. 6'7". 6'7" point guard and he's 27 years old. I mean 20 years old. I feel like he's definitely got potential. But yeah, man. Um I don't really have too much else. But yeah, yeah. Next time, yeah, I'm gonna try to go live. Hopefully I could get live next week. I might be a little bit busy, but I'm gonna try to go live next week. Wishing y'all all well. I appreciate everybody who jumped in today. We had a lot of new faces today. Feel free to come back and I'm wishing y'all well. If you, I know on the East Coast it's getting a little cold. Wishing all y'all well and God bless in Jesus' name, amen. All y'all take care.